Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a gripping chapter of Greek mythology, a tale of pride, sacrifice, and the dawn of a new hero. The tranquil blue waters of Piraeus, the bustling port of Athens, are suddenly disturbed. A colossal shadow falls across the sea as a massive ship with a hull as black as night slices through the waves. It's a vessel from Crete, and its arrival chills the very air. On the prow stands Glaucus, a young man radiating the arrogant confidence of Cretan royalty. A cry of terror echoes through the streets of Athens. It est the sacrifice ship from Crete. The word spread like wildfire, and a wave of grief and despair washes over the city. With only a single attendant, Glaucus strides haughtily towards the royal palace. Unannounced, no Athenian general, no nobleman, not even a single guard dares to block his path. Everyone knows to clear the way for the Prince of the Sanguk, a title that commands both fear and respect. As he passes through the palace gardens, his eyes fall upon a woman of stunning beauty. "What is your name?" he demands, his voice cutting through the quiet. The woman Perigune turns, startled by the sudden intrusion. A slow smile spreads across Glaucus's face. "When I return to Crete, why don't you come with me and serve as my handmaiden?" Perigune's eyebrows shoot up in defiance. "I have already given my heart to another, and it is a grave insult for a foreigner I have never met to make such a demand. But I am a prince of Crete. Do not mistake me for just any other man." Just then, a strong, resonant voice calls out from the garden entrance. "Peri, what's going on? It's Theseus." A wave of relief washes over Perigune as she turns towards him. He's a stranger making the most bizarre demands. I've never seen him before. Theseus fixes Glaucus with a hard stare. "Who are you?" "I am Glaucus, commander of the special envoy from Crete," he replies, his tone shifting slightly. "I apologize for my rudeness just now. It was imprudent of me, especially towards a lady who belongs to another man." Theseus takes a sharp breath. "Since you are a special envoy, I will not press the matter. The details of your visit can be discussed with my father, the king." "As you wish," Glaucus says with a faint, unreadable smile and proceeds into the palace. Inside the throne room, King Aegeus sits in his regal chair, his face etched with worry. Without so much as a bow, Glaucus begins to speak, his voice echoing in the grand hall. "As you well know, I am here to remind you of this ship's purpose. Athens must provide 9 young men and 9 maidens, as was promised." Aegeus nods, his expression one of deep sorrow. "Ever since the tragic death of Prince Androgeos, I have honored our promise, despite the anguish of my people. For the sake of peace with Crete, we will do so again." Suddenly, Theseus leaps to his feet, his voice ringing with passion. "Father, this barbaric custom of human sacrifice must end. A new era has dawned." Glaucus's face hardens. "A promise made as punishment for Crete. What new era do you speak of?" Athens is different now, Theseus declares, his gaze sweeping across the assembled nobles. There is a man by my father's side who will speak the truth and fight for what is right. And that man is me, Theseus. His commanding presence silences the room, stunning the aristocrats. In the crowd, the nobleman Menestius grits his teeth, a look of deep displeasure on his face. Glaucus, however, appears unfazed. He turns back to King Aegeus. I have come as both an envoy and a prince, but this demand I make is on behalf of King Minos of Crete himself. Do you understand the consequences if this promise is broken? Aegeus, sweating, begins to stammer. I'm not refusing. Just give me a few days. We need to discuss this internally. Glaucus's eyes flash with menace. A few days. When my brother Androgeos was killed by a bull right here in Athens, it should have meant war. If you delay even this small promise, war is what you will get. I can summon reinforcements to this very port, and I, of course, will be their commander. At this threat, Menestius steps forward. My king, you must keep your word. To break it now would be to shatter Athens's credibility and honor. A heavy silence falls over the throne room. After a long, agonizing moment, King Aegeus makes his decision. As is customary, he declares, his voice heavy, 9 young men and 9 maidens will be sent to Crete. Rage contorts Theseus's face, but Glaucus isn't finished. A sly smile plays on his lips as he delivers his final blow. There has been a small change to the terms of the promise this time. To honor the memory of Androgeos, the Prince of Athens himself must accompany the tributes to Crete. And that prince is Theseus. You cannot do this. Aegeus shouts, jumping from his throne in horror. But to everyone's astonishment, Theseus smiles. Excellent. This is perfect. I was looking for an opportunity to face the Minotaur. In fact, if you had left me off the list, I would have protested. A strange, knowing smile also appears on Glaucus's face. It seems we are more alike than I thought. And ... There is one more person I will be taking. His gaze shifts, landing directly on Perigune. Theseus's fury erupts. In a flash, he draws his sword and lunges at Glaucus. With lightning speed, Glaucus parries the attack with his own blade. My claim on her is not a decision from Crete, he snarls, their swords locked. It is my own personal choice. Glaucus disengages and holds his sword high. Let us settle this a duel for Perigune. If I win, she goes to Crete. If you win, she stays in Athens. Without a moment's hesitation, Theseus accepts. To demonstrate his power, Glaucus deliberately slices his own arm. Blood flows for a moment, but then, within seconds, the wound magically heals, leaving no trace of a scar. You should know, Glaucus says coolly, I am a man who has already died once, and been brought back to life by the powers of Crete. The wounds of the resurrected heal quite well. For the first time, a flicker of tension crosses Theseus's eyes. The stage is set. a duel that will decide not only the fate of a woman they both desire, but the very future of Athens itself. The prelude to an epic confrontation has begun. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey today. What do you think will happen next? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the thrilling conclusion to this story. We'll see you in the next video.